This is Evelyn.
This is Natalie.
And we're the Goldens. Our goal is to spread love, positivity, and help people start their healing journey.
Today we'll discuss different types of toxic traits in relationships. Evelyn and I will share our personal experiences.
So what does a toxic relationship mean? So the main definition for toxic relationship is one in which two people don't communicate or relate to one another in any healthy way, and where conflict easily arises. Some of these types of toxic characteristics are being controlling, where one person makes all the decisions. They want to control every action, telling the partner or others what to do, what to wear, or even like who to spend time with and who to talk to. Another crazy one is envy or jealousy. And this one's not brought up. This one's really scary. And sometimes the partner is jealous of the other partner.
Yeah, they get competitive with one another.
Yeah. In a very weird way. Another toxic trait could be digital monitoring. It keeps, for example, the partner can keep tabs through all social media. They know who you're following. They're like, why did you follow this person? Why did you like that picture?
The pictures. Yeah. Fucking stalking, bro.
Yeah. They know what you like. They know what you're looking at. Or for example, you posted a story and it's like a meme or something. It's like a stupid ass meme. And then the person's like, well, what does that mean?
Yeah.
What does that mean? Well, why did you post that? So yeah, that one's pretty creepy. But it can get obsessive. And that's where like controlling kind of ties in as well. Dependence or being dependent on your partner or someone. Feeling like you can't do anything on your own or without the person.
That's scary.
Yeah, I know. Or check this out. Feeling like you can't even live without the person. Like when people tell you, I'm going to kill you myself if you break up with me.
Oh my God.
Have you ever been told that?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Multiple times.
Damn.
Not even long relationships either. Like
what?
Yeah.
Like a short term, like when you're just talking to a girl from Tinder?
A little bit longer than
oh shit, my bad. I was like, damn, that girl's crazy. Shit.
No, a little longer than
okay.
Than that.
What did she tell you?
It was more like, not in those exact words, but it was more like, I don't think I can be without you.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Red flag? Ding,
Red
ding,
flag,
ding,
and I was like, dude.
Oh, you fucking dodged a bullet there.
Yeah.
Another toxic relationship trait or characteristic that I wanted to mention, and a lot of people might know this one, is when you feel like you're losing yourself or your self-care. And you just feel like you have this instant disconnect within yourself and you put other people first.
Guys, if you feel like you have not gone out and bought yourself a nice pair of jeans, a nice pair of sneakers.
For that ass.
For the booty. Or even gone to have a nice workout, a nice walk, a nice run. If you feel like you haven't even fixed your hair, if you haven't done your nails.
And you don't have to like, just getting ready and doing your nails. It's because, my girlfriend's very girly and she instantly thinks of all those really cute things. But, just for example, taking a walk or... doing things that you really enjoy, or think back and think, fuck, like, what did I love to do back then? What did I enjoy doing by myself?
Listening to music.
That's a simple one, yeah.
Nice coffee, nice drink, and just listening to music, but by yourself, Things that you used to do back then, before your relationship. Before you felt like you had to invest all your time in that person. What were you doing for yourself before? And if you're already questioning that,
if you already had that instant thought, like, oh, I'm trying to think of like, when was the last time I put myself first?
Then there's something wrong, because there needs to be a balance. We all have needs. And if you're giving everything to that person, you're not giving yourself that care, that love that you deserve. So for me, something, I'm going to just give you an example, but for me, previous relationship, most important thing for me was to work out, that helps my mental state, and it helps me out a lot just to get through my hard days at work, and I had stopped doing what I used to love to do so much, and it just became so difficult for me to kind of go back and regroup, so guys, like, do all that you can to be the person that you once were. Not that you're trying to relive the past, but stay true to yourselves. That's what I'm trying to say. Stay true to who you are. Love yourself.
Have you ever heard of the term walking on eggshells?
Yeah.
Yeah. Has anyone ever told you that before?
No.
They've told me that plenty of times, and it's not a good feeling. So I was like, all right, what does it mean? People say it a lot, but what does it actually mean? Obviously it's another unhealthy characteristic in a relationship to even feel like that. Just worrying about bringing up problems. You're constantly just worrying about that, provoking tension, and then the person just becomes conflict avoidant.
What does that mean?
Just keeping all your issues to yourself. You want to keep everything to yourself, every thought, everything that you think is going to create conflict.
You just don't want to share it.
It's scary. Yeah, you're like, no, I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to cause a fight. I don't want to cause problems.
I don't want to be the person to cause that distress.
So, yeah, and you're always in constant stress.
Yeah.
So even if a person is just hoping for change, that's another toxic trait.
Sure.
And for example, being stuck in the good memories of the past, or just being stuck at the beginning of a relationship, like those thoughts of like, oh, what could have been, all those beautiful memories, like literally the first week that you were dating with a person.
It's not to make
thoughts. They're strong. Like they want to keep you there.
It's not to mistake in this. We're not making fun of anybody out there listening to this. Obviously, we're saying it because it's happened to us. So we kind of want to break it down, and dissect.
Yeah.
That's not okay.
It's not okay to just be there every day in a constant cycle of like, tomorrow will be better. Tomorrow will be a better day. But then nothing ever gets better.
Yeah, no.
Did you ever feel like back then everything was just going to shit? Everything was falling apart in your life? And then, every day you wake up with a tiny drop of faith. And then something happens, like something shitty, something horrible. Your partner did something bad to you. And you feel like you're just back to square one. You're in this endless fucking timeline. You're like stuck in a loop.
Yeah, I was telling you, I gave you examples earlier, like kind of like you're freaking playing Monopoly.
Yeah.
You know how you're always like back there and it seems like a forever non-ending game that you could just go on and on and on.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it feels. Or even being in a roller coaster, like with all these highs and lows and never having like that stability that you're going to grow with this person at all. It's just like you're just kind of stuck there and you stay there stuck for freaking years and years. And then it's like you realize that you're losing all your time, your youth, the endless possibility of you advancing in anything. And this could be maybe realizing that you could heal much sooner than later, realizing your worth, loving yourself, working yourself every year to make yourself a better person. You lose all of that because you're investing all this time on this person that gave you hope at the very beginning of a relationship. And let's face it, guys, sometimes it might not be the other person's fault. Maybe you guys are not meant to be, but why do we want to feel like, okay, this person's it for me? Guys, if it's not working out for you, let it go and move on.
Don't force it.
No, don't force it. Like, you're going to stay there stuck for many years to come.
And like, what do you mean by that? Have you ever felt like that?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, testimony right now, right here.
I know you've told me about like your 10-year relationship before me.
Holy shit, man. 10-year.
Did you feel like you were walking on eggshells? Just kidding.
Absolutely, yeah. I did. It was
It sucks when they tell you that. Like when they told me that, I was like,
what does that mean?
What the fuck is that? Walking on eggshells, Kashingas?
Yeah.
I was like, okay, dude, all right.
So I felt like I was stuck in this loop that was my reality these 10 years, thinking that I was gonna, yeah, I know. It's oh my gosh.
Long time now.
I started at what? It was when I was 14? No. Yeah, 14. Yeah, all of my youth. And I don't want to go back and say, oh my God, so much time has passed by, because I don't want to make that my reality right now today and how I feel today, because I feel so much better and I'm way past all of the things I had to learn. I mean, I know there's more to come, but of course there's maturity now. I'm not as naive as I was before. But definitely, like, these, when you're young and somebody tells you, oh yeah, I'm gonna pull down like the sun, the moon, and the stars for you, and you're like, okay, great, like, let's fucking do this, because your whole other part of your life is going to shit, right? And I'm not saying this because I'm putting it out there, but
I could be going through something else at the same time.
Exactly.
That person's just making it even fucking worse.
Yeah, but you don't see it. You don't see it
in the moment. You don't see it.
Yeah, exactly. You don't see it because that's like the one highlight of your day.
Well, because you don't know anything else. Because when someone's stuck in a toxic relationship, you don't know what's out there. You don't know that you're in a toxic relationship.
At that point in my life, that relationship to me was everything, right? You're young, you're naive, everything else around you, it's just not making sense, right? We live in this world and it's so scary, and things happen and trauma happens, and there's this like one little, like you said, like this little glimpse of hope that you're gonna be able to make it with this person and that this person loves and cares for you. But again, you don't know, again, because that's basically all who the fuck knows at that age, right? So I felt like this person had very narcissistic behavior. Examples of a narcissistic behavior means you're focused, or these individuals are focused on superficial matters. The conversations are always about them. They will dictate, and they say that they're the life of the party. Sometimes they're extremely sensitive to criticism. So if you try to approach this person with your personal criticism of like, hey, like, I think we should do this, or, they take really big offense to it, and they don't want to sit down with you and
to change, or
just to debrief anything. Like if there's a conflict,
to talk or
exactly,
or any change around them.
Right, exactly. It's like basically I'm going to get defensive because I don't know how to handle this, because I'm perfect, and
that's all that matters.
That's all that matters. Other things could be like knowing how to manipulate others, and in a way I felt like I was very manipulated. And one of the deepest things that I will share with you guys is, and just because I want to make you guys feel comfortable in knowing that this is a safe place for us to kind of discuss, and for you guys to realize, hey, if this is going on, maybe this is a sign that I should do things differently for myself. And if you came across this podcast, like, I'm glad you did. Welcome. And
that means that you're meant to be here. Exactly. You're meant to listen to this at the right, perfect time.
Exactly. It was always like her opinion, her conversation, her experiences, her, and I don't even think that sometimes people realize that they're fucking up, and sometimes they might know that they're fucking up. But anyways, whatever the case is,
yo, when someone's a toxica, like,
you're toxica for life.
You're toxica for life. Yeah.
Another thing would be just, for example, the jealousy. So again, going out and stuff and being around other individuals, sometimes she would make me feel like I was cheating or doing something wrong. She would make me feel, because just by the simple fact that I was talking to someone else, or because they would ask for my number, and she would get very, very upset and walk away from me, at these places when we're coming out of events and things like that. It was just so uncomfortable, and it was always so much drama, and I feel so badly for my friends that, that's embarrassing. That's an embarrassing situation to be in. But the biggest thing of all is being in a room full of family members, specifically her family members, and not being acknowledged whatsoever. So that is why I'm saying now, guys, like, you need to love yourself, because if someone can, and I believe it when people say, this person, it's not that somebody makes you do something, it's just that you're so easily manipulated by their behavior, you're so scared, and having trauma as a child from your parents, from whomever your caregiver was, does not help the situation at all. At all. It does not help it at all.
They say that you learn a lot from your past mistakes. And I have learned from my mistakes, especially my past relationships. Mm-hmm. I'm sure we have. You have. And my goal is just to like wake people up so they can see their mistakes and learn from them as well. Especially when you had the time to sit down and reflect on everything that has happened in your life. Like my single days, I've had so much extra time.
Yeah. There was days where you either felt crazy or you were like having the time of your life. It was just like either or, you know, there was like no balance. But I'm sure a lot of people can relate.
Yeah, and that's what happened to me. I just had so much time. But you can use that time for good or for bad.
Exactly.
You can use that time to better yourself and to heal, or you can use that time to
waste time.
Waste time, basically, party, drink, which there's nothing wrong with that. All in moderation, right?
Yeah.
But too much of everything is bad.
Exactly.
You want everything to be balanced.
Yeah.
But you can't, you have to do either or just stay balanced. Do a little bit of bad, do a little bit of good, but don't go too much to each side, or just stay in the good side. Because you always want to heal. You don't want to go and have sex with somebody else and sleep with them and then gain their fucking exchange that
energy,
horrible negative energy with them.
Exactly. So save yourself some time. Yeah, and don't go out there hurting people. Come on, guys. Like, we're better than this. We are so much better than this. You don't want to go and take your broken self to someone else. And I can say this, and we can both say this because we have both done it. And our goal is to keep you guys a little sane and on the straight path.
All right, guys. So the whole point to this is that you can change and to do better for yourself and to heal yourself, and don't go spreading negativity to other people or use them, because karma's real. Don't be used, and don't use people. Like, don't fuck around with karma. Karma is real.
Mm-hmm. We just don't want you guys to keep reliving negative moments in your life, because those negative moments don't define you. You are better than this. Those experiences happened already, and they happened for a reason, or they're happening for a reason, but you need to be able to pull yourself out of it, grieve what you need to grieve within a measurable amount, and then start trying to dissect what is important to you and what you can do to make yourself feel better.
All right, so my beautiful girlfriend Natalie shared some of her past experiences with her 10-year relationship, toxic relationship. But hey, I'm not a saint over here. My past relationship lasted 4.5 years, almost 5. So half of yours, babe.
Half your time.
It began when I was only 18 years old. So I was kind of young too. Okay. Well, obviously I was very immature. I didn't know what I wanted. I didn't know what I was doing.
Nobody does.
I had gone through a very traumatic event during that time of my life. Mm-hmm. So I wasn't mentally there. I was actually suffering. I was hurting a lot. But sure. I didn't know. I didn't know until way later. Until now. Like probably 10 years after that. We're almost 10 years. But your brain isn't fully developed. Well, at least mine wasn't. At all. I think about it and I'm like, wow, I was 18 and I was so young. But I do believe, that you meet people in this world to make you better.
Yeah. And
to make you grow. So these things do happen, but the whole point of this is to not repeat it again. The whole point of these experiences that we go through is that so we can learn from it.
And not be going through cycles.
And not repeat it again and again, because people get stuck in these cycles. And they're like, why does this happen to me? Why do I always get these shitty guys? Why does my girl always cheat on me? Why does this always fucking happen to what happens? Because you're stuck in a cycle, because you haven't learned your lesson.
You haven't healed from it.
And you have to make the time to heal from it so that you can learn from it. So that it doesn't repeat itself, so that you can be at peace.
So you accept it and you move on.
And obviously, like, there's two sides to every story. No one is perfect. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect.
Absolutely
especially
not.
Coming from all these traumas in our family and all these horrible traumatic chains. But, I've lied. I've cheated. I've lost myself, and my ex did too. She lost herself too. But it wasn't any of our fault. It wasn't her fault. It wasn't my fault. We didn't know what was going on. We were just kind of part of the process. And we both knew we were hurting a lot, but we didn't want to hurt each other. Like, we know that we're not bad people in this world.
Yeah, absolutely. Nobody is.
Like, some people are, but you know when they're not.
Yeah.
And obviously when you're young and naive like that, and obviously we both were, we didn't want to hurt each other. Like, we didn't know what the fuck we were doing. She had no experience. I had no experience.
Nobody had experience. Everybody has trauma.
Yeah, so how bad can a toxic relationship get? One day you're gonna get tired. You're gonna explode. You're gonna realize it eventually. We're humans. Like, you're gonna get tired of it. You can't take it.
Yeah.
You're gonna crash and burn and yell
Everything
and cry.
overflows.
You're gonna fucking lose your shit. Like, how long are you going to take it, guys? How long? If you're going through a toxic relationship right now, how long? How long? Are you gonna wait 40 years, 50? You're gonna fucking die like that? No. No, why? Why? Why doesn't nobody fucking stop it? People see it. You have friends that you know that are going through this. And we still don't have the fucking boss to be like, yo, like, get out of it. Or simply, they just don't listen.
You guys need to be able to, and it's obviously easier said than done 100 times, right? Because I remember being there, you remember being there, and you're just stuck in the freaking loop, and you're like, damn, like, when does a fucking train stop? Like, yeah, I missed my fucking stop, and it just keeps going and going and going and going.
Yeah, and you're not alone, guys. If you feel alone and you feel like you're in a toxic relationship and you're going through something horrible, just know that you're not alone and you got this, and you can always have a brand new start. Exactly. A new slate.
Yeah. Reach out to your family, reach out to your friends, reach out to the closest, nearest person to you. Listen to a podcast, listen to motivational videos. Sometimes you don't, or you can't be okay with your family, and that is fine. You can pull yourself out of this. You can. You truly can. You just need to believe in yourself and give yourself more love, more attention, self-care. You're worth it. Your life is worth it.
From my personal experiences, I would just give one last final advice. I would say, if you want to make things work within your intimate relationship, because that's kind of like what we've been talking about, both partners should want to change. Exactly. They should work for change.
Make the effort.
You should put in the time and the effort, like you said. And this is the most important thing. Learn each other's love language.
Exactly.
It could be totally, completely different.
And then you just feel like that person doesn't love you, but it's not really true. It could just be that your love language is different and it's not matching with one another. Now, does that mean that that's not your person? No, absolutely not. It could be that that is your person, but you just need to kind of debunk everything and be able to break it down and say, hey, like, you know, once in a while I want some flowers, you know? Can you make an effort to, like, get me some flowers? Communication! We go back to our second episode, guys.
Yeah, I like the shout-outs you're making in each episode. Go back to our first episode. Go back to our second episode. I like that. But yeah, guys, go check out the other episodes. It gets real deep. The conversations get really deep.
It all kind of ties in together.
They all tie up together. But yeah, learning each other's love language is really important. That's kind of like what happened to me. We didn't know. We never communicated about the love language. We had total, completely different love language.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And she didn't understand mine, and I didn't understand hers. So how the fuck was that gonna work?
It's not.
And that's mainly one of the first things why people break up.
They don't love me. They don't care for me. And they're like, I did care for you and I did this for you. But then that person feels, well, it's not about material things. And it's like, well, maybe that person doesn't think it's the material things. It's nice gestures. And it just goes on and on and on. So figure out your shit, guys. And I'm just kidding. Figure out what is important to both of you and come together. And it's never 50-50. It's never 50-50. And the reason why I say that is because you guys are going to need each other. If you're in a relationship, if you're not, it's okay. But if you are, you guys are going to need each other. And it's not always 50-50 because, come on, guys, let's face it. There's days where we have shitty days at work, or we might be going through some personal issues within our mental health, or we might be going through some personal issues within our physical health or our family issues. And, you know, sometimes we can get 50-50, but a good partner should always be able to understand and learn about boundaries and learn what's important. Like, hey, should we talk about this right now? No, I don't feel good. Okay, respect that. Respect that person's decision. Give each other that love, that respect.
Just adding on to that, Nat, I want you guys to remember and to really think about it. If you can go back and remember the last time that you were the most vulnerable, like you were going through fucking shit, okay? And you felt alone and you felt fucking heartbroken. The first step to take from my personal experience is to forgive yourself and to put yourself first.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when you begin to love yourself. So all in all, it's just heal together.
Let's do this, guys. It's time. You're here for a reason.
And you're listening to this for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe in coincidences.
There's no coincidences. It's all destiny, bro.
Yeah. So we really mean it when we share these thoughts. And we might not be perfect, but we feel like we need to share these thoughts and these experiences because someone out there needs to hear it.
Yeah.
And needs to feel like they can relate to this and they're not the only ones going through it. Alright guys, thank you so much for listening to episode 3 of Toxic Traits and Relationships.
Remember to love yourself endlessly. Don't forget to spread love and peace. Stay golden.